Now, the Indian cricket team had no problems whatsoever dispatching of the West Indies, keeping aside that unfortunate last day of the second test that ended up, of course, getting washed out and ensuring that they couldn't complete not just a clean sweep of the two-test series, but also, more importantly, not get their hands on a total of 24 points that were up on offer in the World Test Championship. That is something that will, of course, be of far more importance. Unfortunately, for the Indian cricket team, they ended up running into a bit of a problem off the field as well. And what exactly were those problems? Well, it was pertaining their flights, and it was something that left them so irritated, in fact, that they ended up putting in a request to the BCCI to ensure that nothing of the sort ends up happening again. In case you're wondering what exactly it was that was happening, well, that's exactly what we're here to talk about in this particular video. So the first thing that is worth noting is they were taking a flight out to, from Trinidad to Barbados, where of course the first ODI would be taking place of the 3 ODI series. Now, unfortunately, the flight ended up getting delayed by a total of 4 hours. The flight that was originally set for them to be flying out at 11 p.m. saw them take off at 3 a.m. in the morning approximately. And when you factor in the fact that they ended up leaving their hotel at 8:40 p.m. at night, that is a lot of travel, because from 8:40 onwards on the road, and they're finally only taking off at 3 a.m. It's definitely a lot of, let's say, time on the road, a lot of time wasted. And the team were left very, very tired due to the delay, and even asked the BCCI to ensure that the practice session that was supposed to be happening, well, it didn't actually end up happening. So they asked for the day off because, of course, if they, took off at 3 a.m., they ended up reaching Barbados at only 5 in the morning. So they were in no state whatsoever to actually do any sort of practice. And what's more, they've even put in a request to ensure that something like this doesn't happen again. In fact, according to a source that was explaining this entire story, they said that the team management has requested the BCCI to book a morning flight instead of late night flights, as players want some rest after the match finished. The BCCI has agreed to it and is planning to revise the next schedule. So the key fact is that if they were planning to revise the next schedule now, that means that more such night flights were planned in the future. And unfortunately, this is one of the byproducts of having a very packed series and a packed cricket calendar, is that it leaves very little time for rest and relaxation. And we all know that when it comes to elite athletes, rest and recovery is very important. And what's more than that, rest and recovery is best aided by sleep times. Unfortunately, if you're constantly traveling, and in fact, if your travel hits snags like this, there is no way that you will in fact be getting that rest which is so necessary to your recovery. Of course, the Indian team will now ensure that nothing of the sort happens, and we hope that this is one of the last few snags they run into during this particular series, because again, you remember the 3 ODI series will be key. You'd be having a full strength team. You'd want them to be playing at their best, but they're only going to be at their best if they're well rested during the times that they're not preparing for the ODIs. You can let us know in the comments below if you think this is the right move that the players have done by going to the BCCI and ensuring that their flight times are amended. And you can also let us know if you enjoyed this video by liking it, sharing it with your friends, subscribing to the channel, and tapping that bell icon so you know when we're going live or uploading a new video for you guys. Then you can also go ahead and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the AajTak app. And if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos that we've done. But for now, from my side, it's goodbye.